Hey guys, I'm back. I know, I haven't even changed for you. In fact, I didn't even get up. I was like, no, I'm committing myself fully. So let's talk about the experience that I had with my husband and my best friend at Longleat. An amazing place. It is a safari drive-through as well as a walkable enclosure. I don't like the word zoo. There's so much more than a zoo. They do lots of breeding programs. They rescue animals. They've got an elephant there called Annie, and she is not for public view. She came to them, I think it was 12 years ago. Michaela, our tour guide, told us, and she had been kept in a circus. She's in her 70s. She had been obviously treated incredibly badly. She's got a lot of back injuries and stuff where people ride elephants. Never ride elephants, people, when you go on holiday. Talk people out of doing it. But they've taken care of her. She's kept away from the public. She has got an amazing enclosure. She's got 2 goats that live in there with her. They're her comfort animals. She has regular physiotherapy. This place, what they do for the animals is truly beautiful. Some people just write them off and say it's cruel to keep animals in enclosures, but when it comes to conservation and trying to save animals, Longleat is a wonderful place, and they do have huge enclosures. Some of the photographs I'm obviously going to talk about because you'll be like, oh, tiger in a cage, but listen to what I'm saying before you pass judgment. So we went for the gold VIP package. We saved up for a year for this. We were like, let's do it and do it big. So what happens is you arrive at the park. They should have Jurassic Park music playing at this point. And then you meet your tour guide. We had Michaela and also Alex, who was training, and they put you in the back of these huge zebra-coloured Defenders. They're pretty cool. They fit about 8 people. Heads up now, young children can't come along for this because of you're going inside the animal enclosures and obviously child endangerment. But you do really get up close to the animals, and well, let's just start. So first of all, we started off meeting the tigers. There are only 150 of these tigers left in the wild. 2 of the tigers are on breeding programs. It looks bad, they're in the cages, but this is not where they are kept. This is purely for feeding, for veterinary care. Humans have to be safe as well. And we were given a talk. We were told about one of the tigers is actually the offspring of the male and female tiger that they have, and they are slowly putting them back together, you know, for a little boom boom and hopefully some more tigers. And we got the experience of feeding them. They put the meat on the stick for you, and they are so gentle. They look so affectionate as well, you know, they really do lure you in. Come and give my belly a stroke. Get in my belly, more like. Then we went across to the lions. The lions were in their cages because they've got several prides, and they let them out in the enclosures at different times, different areas, and it's obviously morning. But listen to this clip. It was louder than you can imagine. Honestly, blew my brain. You could feel it vibrating in your soul, and I guess it's some sort of primal instinct left behind. You did feel a flicker of fear, definitely. But again, talking about the tigers and lions, no bears, the enclosures, when you actually look at them, these are huge. They have got so much space to roam. There's no guarantee that you will see them because they give them privacy. So if they don't want to be near humans, I mean, they are kept far away from the tracks. We're obviously a lot closer because we've got this VIP experience in the proper Jeep safari. But they are honestly magnificent creatures, but they're so relaxed, they're so chilled, they're not stressed, they're not bothered. Now this was interesting, a couple of the males, because they're no longer of breeding age and they're older, they have had chemical castration. Again, I didn't know this, lions, their manes is all to do with testosterone. Take away the testosterone, they lose their hair. They go bald. But you think, oh, I thought it was a lioness at first, but then when you compare them to lionesses, their heads are still a completely different shape, and they are very, very big. Next up, we went for some smaller animals. We went and saw the otters, who share their den with a binturong, other known as a bear cat. These otters are adorable. We fed them mealworms, and their little hands, the little squeaks they make, they are absolutely precious. I was squealing myself at the cuteness overload. We then went on to another miniature cuteness overload, and that is the meerkats. You guys know when I went to the Isle of Wight, I've had them jump all over me. These are out. You walk into an enclosure and they're running all over your feet. Do not pet them. Do not think, oh, how sweet, he wants a little scratch on the head. They will take your finger. Again, we were feeding them mealworms, and they were having a fabulous time. Cute, but spicy. Then we went on to see the porcupines. They're adorable. They absolutely love sweet potato. This was the female. She was hiding. She was a bit more nervous at the back. But again, they make sure there's so many areas in their enclosures that if they don't want to be seen, that they have got complete privacy. And that's one thing that I definitely love about the whole experience at Longleat. The animals are not forced to be on display. Now, in some strange cuteness are these. These are aardvarks. We were actually allowed to pet these. They're asleep, they're nocturnal, and nothing wakes them up, so we were told. When you stroke them, they do feel like pigs. They've got that really wiry fur, and if you look at their faces, they do look pig-like. Their noses, you can squish their noses because they're like marshmallow. They don't care. When you're touching them, they roll over like a dog would to pat their belly, but they keep their eyes shut. They are proper lazy, but really sweet looking. Then we went across to the jungle cruise. So you all get on a boat and you go see seals. There is a hippo there, but we didn't see her. She's got a massive enclosure. She's got land, she's got a mud wallow, and then she's got all of this lake that she can swim around in. And of course, they can hide underwater. So again, it's hit and miss, but she is definitely leading a life of luxury, that's for sure. But the little sharks that were following us, the seals, they're absolutely hilarious. Again, I've got another clip for you because they are so loud. You think they were starved, right? But there was another boat in front of us. There's a continuous string of boats where you buy fish heads to feed them. Obviously, they need to eat a lot in the wild to retain their weight. And they also had 2 babies that were sunbathing on the side, which was sweet to see. Also on the boat tour, you do go past the gorillas. There is an added experience that you can have where you go into the enclosures and feed the gorillas. We didn't do that. I don't know if it just wasn't available at this time, but they are pretty impressive. The male is huge. Again, they are so far away because you are on a boat that the public don't annoy them. They were all out there enjoying themselves, eating berries and just doing gorilla stuff. Off the boat, we then went to see the red pandas. They are incredibly cute. I love them when they try and intimidate people and get on their hind legs. That's the most cute aggression I've ever seen in my life. Then we went to see the lorikeets. Again, I've taken a little video clip here for you. They're so beautiful.
Every year, which is really good. Hi. And get dive bombed like you just did. So. It's all gone. Okay, do you want me to take your little cup?
So they give you these little nectar pots to feed them, and the birds show so much personality. This one gave me a right old look when he realised that the nectar had finished. It's like, well, can you go get some more, please? In another walk through, we saw the koalas, who this one, in between sleeping, woke up, waved, and then passed back out in the tree. They look like they're drunk. Now, unlike other zoos, these koalas came from a zoo in Australia under the strict rules, which Longleat does hold all over its grounds. And that is, none of the animals are for petting. You do not pose for photographs with them. They are to be left in having a more natural habitat and lifestyle. So no touristy hugs for them. Now, we had giraffes in with the zebras. The zebras, we were told by Michaela, our tour guide, are very spicy. They like to kick, they like to bite, they like to headbutt. They can be very feisty, but they were quite happily walking around chomping like ponies and horses do, and they were in with the giraffes. They have got a younger giraffe that was born a couple of years ago, and then they have got several female giraffes. But they're funny. They come over, they're very interested in the vehicles that you're in, because where they park them under trees, sap comes down and the giraffes come along and they start licking up the sap, but because of their tongues and their force behind it, they actually start licking off the roof of the car. So you have to move away from them whenever they start coming over. But we did get to have a one-on-one experience with this handsome boy, who, when we got there, was hiding by the tree because he's scared of ostriches. There's 2 ostriches there. This one was playing peekaboo with Alex, and we had to get someone to distract them with food before he would come over. And it all boils down to about 4 years prior, he had been chased by one. And they say elephants never forget. Well, clearly giraffes do not either. He was absolutely gorgeous, a gentle giant. They are gigantic, seeing them up close. We were given carrots to feed them. They've got these huge tongues that come out and wrap around your wrist. and it was just a beautiful experience. It was one of the best experiences of the day, and I'll be honest with you, I got choked up. I was so in awe of being so close to this magnificent gentle giant. Now, obviously, with the drive-through safari, the things that everyone experiences as well, you had the monkeys. In the short brief while that we were in our vehicle, I saw an antennae ripped off, I saw wing mirrors ripped off, we saw a license plate that was completely ripped off. People were having stuff stolen, basically from all over their cars. So if you want to go and you've got a nice car, you better have decent insurance, is all I'll say. And I'm not even sure the insurance would cover it. But yeah, they were definitely funny, but they are destructive little tyrants. In another feeding experience, you get to hand feed deers. Again, this is something that is part of the park. You don't need to be VIP or gold. And you buy these little pots and you put your hand out like you feed a horse, and gross, but cute. And their eyes are so beautiful up close. Really, really lovely animals. Not timid at all, these ones. They block off cars. They won't let you move. They stick their head in the vehicle. Basically, you will get robbed. Another cutie that I saw was a lemur. I love them. Again, you're not allowed to touch them. You walk around in the enclosure with them, but they're so funny. They walk over to you like, you can't touch me, you can't touch me. They literally have their tail brushing up against you. And it's really hard not to think, oh, I just want to pet you. But no, there is a rule throughout the park. You do not touch any of the animals. Again, this is something that I really do admire about it. It's a completely different experience. As I said, I know some people just go zoo, oh, that's terrible. But they are so heavily involved with conservation, with learning about the animals, ways that they can improve their lives. They rescue animals from other zoos. They do so many wonderful things. The whole experience was absolutely mind-blowing. As for the Gold VIP package, it's not cheap. It's not for the faint-hearted. They also do silver and bronze. I'm not affiliated, by the way. I haven't been paid to do this. This is just, I want people to go for the experience because it was so amazing. But you can pay to have individual feed-in sessions and one-to-ones with the very, very knowledgeable keepers that are all around the park. Overall, if you want to do something that's just out of this world, I'd say go to the park anyway, but the VIP pass was something a little bit extra, a little bit special. You did get so close to all of the animals. It was honestly one of the best experiences of our lives. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will get back to getting on my royal stuff, and I will see you after the weekend. Take care for now. Bye.